we all are coming from different societies, different families, and we all have to, at one stage, fight against prejudices on multiple levels. And as a woman growing up in south of Turkey, in a small town, I never felt as a girl that I should not be doing certain things because I was a girl. And I'm talking about 1970s in Turkey. And that was because who my mother was, who my father was, who their parents were. Indeed, Atatürk is an extremely important figure in our history for our women's right. But it didn't start with him. It started much before. It was a lot of strong women coming from different places who had the chance to an education. Now, first, education, empowerment. Turkey is not full of Turks, it's full of Kurds, there's Armenians, there's a lot of heritage from Caucasus, a lot of heritage from the Aegean, Middle East, Slavic, whatever. So it's an amalgamation. And all those cultures exist here in Georgia. We're not on the face value similar with Georgia, we're very similar with Georgia. And it's the strength of the women here, which is not visible, but it is there. This is, yes, we fight against patriarchal stereotyping, but at the end of the day, as the Georgian families would agree, women are the neck. They turn the head of the family to wherever. This is how we grow up in most of the Oriental parts of the world, as Oriental goes. And I'm also anti-Orientalist, by the way. So the stereotypes as a woman who is living in a changing, I'm saying changing, not necessarily modernizing, because I am not sure what modernizing would mean in our contexts. Changing to the better. You have to fight all the time against those stereotypes. So first thing I think we should do is, as the international community here, we should stop thinking we know the others, what they live, how they live, what's their life story, because they come from a certain societal, a segment of a society, a certain city, a country, a religion. We may not know necessarily. So let's take each other for who we are and get to know more each other. The glass ceilings start with stereotypes. And as you said, it's not only for women, it's for all minorities actually. But women, today is our time. We should talk about two things. Yes, there are glass ceilings everywhere in Turkey, obviously, and it's about opportunities. I have a son and a daughter. I want both of them to live as individuals, having equal opportunities according to their abilities, according to their merits. I want them to live in a society where they will not have to fight against nepotism. They will not have to fight against certain protections. They have to be given these opportunities because of who they are and what they can achieve if they're hard workers. That's an ideal world. In the real world, there are networks, there are people who you know, and this is a society. It's the nature. So in that, equal opportunities is what I underline. Women or men, equal opportunities is a starting point. And I wouldn't want any woman to take a place where if she doesn't deserve it, just because she's a woman. That's not the feminist I am. But I would want all girls to have proper education, proper start, for whatever they choose there in lives. I have full respect for women who are not working, supporting their families in other ways. I have full respect for all career women doing whichever work they have chosen to do. Sometimes we don't have the luxury to choose these works. We don't get to choose our jobs. We sometimes happen to us. Now, ceilings, coming back to the question, I work with Georgian friends. I work with them in ministries, in administration. I see a lot of talented people who are actually working to build this country every day. They're not necessarily politicians, but they actually are the assistants of the politicians. They are the staffers. They are the head of sections. They are department heads. And like everywhere in the world, they wake up, they feed their kids, they take them to the school, they think about their birthday parties. They are multi-functioning women like my friends and myself in Turkey. We have multiple faces. And their responsibilities are not made easier in Georgia like it is not in Turkey. And actually, in the United States, people don't have, I was shocked to learn that they don't have like a paid leave for giving birth. No maternity leave. And I think we should all be supporting the US women here, I mean, the Americans, for that matter. So I found out one thing that finally, like, so yeah, there are things which in the European context, or for instance, in the European context, if you're a little bit, I lived in Austria, and I was very surprised to find out that that some of the women had to feel like a man, like this. In 1990s, they wouldn't wear feminine things because they wanted to look professional. So breaking the glass ceilings, looking like men, behaving like men, is not what we can do, what we should do. I have broken that glass ceiling to that ambassadorial level now, which I'm proud to be part of. There are close to 60 women ambassadors in the Turkish Foreign Service now, more coming. And we're going to be 50% actually not closer in time frame, in the decade. And what we're talking about, we want to have a Secretary General. We want to have a minister. We want to have more women talking to each other, but we also want more men inside to support this. And we are here because we had older diplomats, Turkish male diplomats, who have supported this policy of giving girls at the entrance exams a better chance. So I'm thankful for the men who cooperate with us. I'm thankful for all the international women who take us for who we are, and without stereotyping. That's very important. And this is why IWA is very important. This is why I am grateful to you for doing this. And also I'm grateful to all Georgian women who are already, they actually have broken the glass ceilings, and it's coming more and more. I'm sorry I've taken a lot of time. And again, I love microphones, and I'm giving it back to you. Thank you very much.